This is Sparks Made. Welcome to my channel where we do everything sewing tutorials and we have fun. Today I'm going to be showing us how I made this tiered dress with this V-neck collar. So let's get straight to it. Please don't forget to like, share, leave a comment in the comment section, and of course subscribe to this channel. Okay, so first off, I'm working with a 2 yards and 20-inch fabric. Yes, 2 yards and 20 inches. So now to get a proper tier, no matter the length, either a long or a short length, first of all, divide the half length you're working with from your full length. Divide your half length from your full length. Then whatever you get is what you would now further divide to get your tiered length. Okay, so for me this is like a 2-tiered dress. So I'm going to be using my 39 length, which is my length of dress, divided. I'll subtract my half length out. After subtracting my half length, I got 22 inches. I further divided the 22 inches into 2, which gave me 11 inches. So I further divided my 22 inches by half an inch and I got 11 inches. So now if you want the first length to be shorter, you can still reduce it, and if you want it to be equal length, it's all on you. Okay, then another trick I worked with is that while doing that, I made sure to make my upper length, that's my first tier, to be smaller, and then the second tier to be at least 1 yard longer. You get, I don't know if you understand. So my first tier was 1 yard and 20 inches, and my second tier was 2 yards and 20 inches. I don't know if you get the drill. Okay, so now this is me going ahead to do my basic bodice, which is the upper part for my tier dress. Okay, so now for this dress, you can decide to make the waist a loose waist if you want it to be a very free dress, or you can go ahead and give it that fittings. Okay, but for me, I didn't want the waist to be loose. I gave it that fitting, so it has the fitted waistline and then the free dress down. Okay, so now when you cut for this neck, when you cut your normal inch, I went ahead to now do the V. When I did the V, I brought out, like, I cut out about 3 inches. Sorry, I cut out about 1.5 inch or 1 inch out from my original neckline for my upper bodice. Please, I hope you are following, because I think I kind of rushed that part. Okay, but you can go again and replay that part so that you know what I did there. And I'm using a balloon sleeve, so I just went ahead to just cut out my full sleeves. Okay, I could leave a tutorial on these sleeves if you need. Please let me know if you need a tutorial on a sleeves measurement. So now for this neck, remember that I came down by 3 inches from my neck. That's my original neck width. I came down by 3 inches. Then I removed about half an inch or 1 inch out and connected it down to my V. I came down from my V, from the 3 inches, I came down by 5 inches. Okay, so I think my V neck was a total of 8 inches from the beginning of the neck. Okay, so now after doing that, let's get straight to sewing. I went ahead to interface my neckline. Remember that I love working with facing. So now, but this neckline, there's no facing for the back because we are putting a collar. Please take note, there's no facing for the back of the neckline because we are putting a collar. So the collar is going to cover it up, and then even the front facing did not reach the upper neck. It only covered the V part of the neckline. Okay, please take note of that. All right, so now after doing that, I went ahead to, after fixing my darts on my upper bodies, I went ahead to draw my gathers on both sides. Remember that the smaller width, that's the first tier, is a smaller width, and that one is going to be attached to the waist of your dress, while the second tier, which is a wider width by 1 inch, is going to be attached to the lower part of your tier. That's the is going to follow the first tier, which is attached to the upper bodies. Okay, and okay, let me go again. Now for your tier, to make it easy, simply subtract for your get your full length, then subtract your original full length from your half length, whichever half length. If you're stopping on the under bust, you do your subtraction. If you're stopping on the waistline, you do your subtraction. Then when you are done, if you're using 10 tiers or you're using 5 tiers, you're going to divide the rest of the tier by 5. So let's say if I had 10 inches or 50 inches, I'm going to be dividing it by 5 if I'm working with 5 tiers. Okay, I hope we are following. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that very, very well. Okay, so whatever you're working with, if you want your tiers to be equal, simply just do a division and work with 5, 5, 5 all the way down to the length you're working with. Okay, so now for this collar, after joining everything about the dress, I went ahead to prepare my collar. So for the collar, first off, I went, this collar has an opening at the back because there's going to be a zip at the back side. So I'm measuring it by half inches on both sides. So for this collar, I had 6.5 inch and 6.5 inch, which was a total of 13 inches. So I'm going to be taking my collar length for 1.7 inches, okay? Because I don't want the collar to be too big, neither do I want it to be too small. So I went ahead to cut out 1.7 inches width, okay? While the length is, my total neck was 13 inches. So the neck for this, I'll be using like 7.5 on both sides, so that when I'm done, I would sew out half inch on both sides. Now I will further divide it and make it a pieces of 4 pieces, and after doing that, I will interface 2 parts of this collar, which I did here. I went ahead to interface 2 parts of this collar. Then I hemmed like 0.35 inches. Yes, so I hemmed like 1/4 inch, and then I went ahead to top stitch it, okay, so that I can have that flat surface. So I went ahead, top stitched that part, and then did the same thing on the other parts of my collar. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to measure it to confirm the measurement, so that I'll know if there's a part I'll be reducing or subtracting. And so after confirming it, I'll go ahead and place my collar facing on my original collar. I'll pin it down. Remember to work with your measurement. So if your collar is 7 inches, you should have at least 8 inches, so that you can hold half inch on both sides, okay? If your collar is 6 inches, remember to work with 7 inches, so that you can hold half inch on both sides. Okay, so this is what I went ahead to do here. And note that when you're sewing, you're not going to sew all the way down to the end. You will leave a little opening, at least 1/4 inch opening, okay, so that by the time you're turning it into your neckline, you're going to be able to stitch it without struggling so much, okay? So I'll go ahead and open it up and then go and press it on my ironing table. Now when I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and stitch the facing. Now I'm going to place the facing to the back of my blouse or my top or my shirt or whatever you're doing. So I'm going to place the facing and then top stitch from the right end a little, and then go to the left end and top stitch as well, before finally running the stitch all the way down to avoid any excesses. That's what I usually do. That's the method that works for me. But if you're so certain, you can go ahead and pin it all around and sew from the beginning to the end. I mean, both ways still work, okay? Then when I'm done, I'm now going to top stitch my original collar now to my neckline, and now this is what it looks like. I mean, your clothes is all set and ready. Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you found this video helpful in any way. If you think there is an improvement we can do to serve you better, please don't hesitate to tell us, better ways to make these tutorials easier for you, okay? Now this is what the collar looks like. So I went ahead to do the same thing on the other side of my neck. Remember that this collar is not all the way to the back because the back has a zipper allowance. so I split the collar into 4. Please do not forget that part, okay? So now after all that is done, I went ahead to also top stitch this other side of my collar, like so. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, it will really help us. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, subscription is absolutely free. Don't just watch without subscribing. Thank you. So this is the last part of the collar, and after doing this, I went ahead to finish up by fixing my sleeves, fixing my zipper on this dress, and voila, everything was all set and done. So this is what it looks like. This is the finished look. Then for the neck, for the v-neck, you would weave the interfacing, and then you weave the facing, and then use your hemming gum to press it down, and this is what the dress looks like. Isn't it giving? Isn't it beautiful? Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.